Pokemon. Oh yeah, we're fighting Misty, that's what we're doing. It's been a while since I made the last episode. Water Pokemon is Misty's policy. She's gotta do a fancy pose like that. You know, why is it that with the first generation, the first two gym leaders they had to fight became mainstays for the series, but they didn't do that for any of the other generations? I suppose maybe they just weren't recognizable enough or didn't have enough personality or what have you. I mean, can you even remember the other gym leaders from Generation 2? There was Falconer. Bugsy, I wanna say? See, I can't even remember. I guess I kinda proved my own point as to why the show didn't do that. Those characters were nowhere near as interesting. Okay, so that move was super effective on both Oddish and Mankey, but Oddish has a little more spunk in him, so he can take it. Not a problem. Yeah, I think we might be a bit underleveled for this one, but we'll pull through. We always pull through. 'Cause we're Americans, darn it. America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way. Terrorist, your game is I cannot sing to save my life. But that's okay. It's not the expectation. Okay, Misty's just got 2 Pokemon. Makes sense since this is the second gym. Okay, I doubt we're gonna get far with Oddish. So what have I been doing lately? That's always an interesting topic. Things are falling apart at work still. We got a new vendor coming in, and he's not especially helpful, but I'm not gonna gossip about work people on the internet. That would be rude. Just thinking, I guess that would be too hard of a concept to explain. So fuck that. What else have I been doing? Still thinking about making more Flashpoint videos. I tried doing some recording for an old Thundercats Flash game that I played back in the day, and it does not hold up anywhere near as well as I remember. It's actually pretty bad. I mean, as a kid I seemed to like it, but playing it now, it's just ugh. You know, honestly, I was never into Thundercats too much as a show. I mean, it's a little before my time. I had seen a few episodes and reruns, and it seemed decent, honestly. I liked it back then as a wee child of however many years, but not that much though. Kind of surprising that someone my age can actually remember seeing Thundercats on TV at some point. Because that was more of an 80s thing, honestly. Guess it just kinda held up. There's lots of 80s TV shows that I know that have just kinda survived through reruns over the past however many years. I used to watch Family Matters a lot. When I was in the 5th grade, I would start every morning with a plate of waffles and an episode of Family Matters, and you've heard all the complaints about how Family Matters gradually got less and less realistic as time went on. I think in the last episode, Steve Urkel went to space or something. They just ran out of ideas. But that's okay. Anyway, yeah, Family Matters. What's Jaleel White doing these days anyway? There was some kind of Key and Peele type skit where it was a Family Matters parody, but it was also like a horror movie. And they couldn't actually get Jaleel White to reprise his role. I guess he probably wouldn't make a very convincing Steve Urkel these days, since it's been 30 years. Now that he's probably got to be at least 50-something by now, which is which is a strange thought. Anyway, yeah, I don't think he could accurately portray a 14-year-old nerdy teenager at the age of 50-something. How old do you think old Jaleel White is? That is something I'm gonna look up later. Did I do that? I didn't even mean to do that. Gosh, what left these footprints? Those don't seem to... The size and shape don't match any Pokemon that I can think of. Maybe Arcanine? I don't know. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You ever see that cartoon? I think it was just called It Doesn't Matter. There's just like this weird little goblin troll type thing. It's really hard to describe what it is. Anyway, it's helping somebody move a couch, and then it summons a clone of itself, and then the clone shoots the original in the head, and the person's just all freaked out, and the clone says, "It doesn't matter." That was a damn good cartoon, if I do say so myself. Yeah, one of these days Post Malone's gonna get decent. That's our Post Malone, not the real one. There's a distinction, you know. So, let's see. You guys know Mr. Enter, don't you? I was watching his most recent video, and it's just kind of like a channel trailer where he's gonna review all the different Nicktoons, because apparently the most recent Nicktoon is a milestone of sorts, and it's the 50th one. So he's doing a special on that. He ran through like a highlight reel of all the different Nicktoons, and there was actually one in there that I wasn't familiar with. It just kind of had like plastic live action toys or something. I couldn't tell you the name of it, but I am genuinely surprised that I had never heard of that one. It's usually, you know, you always see all those nostalgic teenagers on the internet, 90s kids, blah 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 blah. Somehow that one particular show never got mentioned. Anyway, and it's not just every show to air on Nickelodeon, it's specifically the ones under the Nicktoons brand. It's much more selective that way. So I'm not sure what the distinction is. What was the name of that one? Oh, hold that thought. So, by the way, this guy's named Charlie Wilson, as we've discussed in previous episodes, after the R&B artist, and apparently there's a movie out there called Charlie Wilson's War, starring Tom Hanks, and I guess it's a different Charlie Wilson, not the one I'm thinking of, but I just came across that movie recently, earlier today in fact, and I just found that kind of amusing. It reminded me of my show here. Yeah, did Charlie Wilson ever... I can't talk today. Jesus Christ, I'm going insane. Okay, let's try this again. Did Charlie Wilson ever make any notable songs besides the famous one that everyone knows with the "Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie, last name Wilson." That's gonna sound just terrible coming out of my mouth. But anyway, getting back to the thought I was having. Oh, we gotta be careful, the rival's right down there and we're not prepared to fight him. Anywho, I keep getting distracted. There was some Nicktoon that's considered lost media. It came out around 2000-ish. I think it had like rats as the main characters. And had lots of gross out humor. And what the heck was it called? It was like some kind of weird made-up word that they use for gross-out humor type shows. It's like splort and glorp or something. That's probably not even close to what it actually is. Jigglypuff! There was a Jigglypuff, we all saw it. Notice me, Puff Senpai! Notice me! Which way did he go? Here we go, we're gonna catch a Jigamaroo. That's not a word.
That isn't a word.
God damn, do I love that episode of South Park.
You'll be inside me.
They are pretty darn funny sometimes. I feel like I think I referenced that just last episode. For God's sakes, it's been on my mind a lot lately, evidently. So, we can make Jigglypuff a new team member. If we weren't. What was that Adult Swim thing? There was that internet animation somebody did of Dr. Steve Brule, and he was saying, like,
You can name that planet, I mean, if you want.
that guy's just got such a funny voice. Speaking of which, when you get the time, there's a funny video I saw recently. It was some kind of promotional trailer for Wreck-It Ralph 2 that Disney Channel did, and they couldn't get the voice actor, and they just had a sound-alike, and he sounded nothing like what he was supposed to, and it was just really bad, so look that up when you get the time. I'm sure you can find it based on the clues I've given you.